All right, so this is a review of the English Methods course, and it's part two. So we'll be focusing on the writing instruction in this portion. And so, starting off with the importance of writing, a lot of the theorists seem to agree on the idea that writing is a very fundamental skill, not only in our classrooms, but also in our careers and lives beyond, like our abilities to succeed in our job interviews or our applications to college, or even just like our abilities to be persuasive with our words. And so through writing, it does help us with getting further understanding of what we read. And it's basically like a good strategy to like reflect on like the techniques that authors use in their writing, and being able to replicate that within our own writing, and how to like construct words in order to become persuasive, or to like clarify an idea or introduce a new concept. And basically like the use of writing and that skill, it's going to carry on with us like throughout each course or whatever major we go into in every aspect of our lives. Like writing is definitely a very crucial aspect of it. And so about writing, it's very important to increase the opportunities that we give our students for writing. And it's not just in English, but in all subject matters, even math, where, yeah, math is definitely like geared towards numbers, but there are definitely like opportunities where you can use like the terminology that's in math, and find ways to give activities to students where they're practicing their writing skills, even in that subject. And writing is definitely like an activity that's not being used so frequently in classrooms. In one of our readings, the teacher or the in one of our readings, the author in one of his classes said that he wanted proof of writing from each subject, and there was like a little bit of backlash because it was kind of like a little backhanded insult to the other teachers, but it was also just like a very sad fact that writing is not being done in many of our subjects outside of English, and even within our English courses, they're not given enough writing opportunities to develop that skill. And so the best way to become better at writing, of course, like anything, is through writing. And so the more opportunities that we give our students, the more chances that they will get at excelling and um, becoming better writers. And another thing is the one and done philosophy, which I definitely was guilty of when I was going to high school and even parts of college. Just the idea that you do a single draft and turn it in, and really writing is a much more rigorous process of drafting and revising and editing, and it's like kind of like a cyclical nature where you're constantly like going back and going over like your previous writings and producing like a more polished edition of that. And as teachers, it's really important that we model good writing for our students. It really illuminates the fact that everyone struggles. It doesn't matter if you're beginning writing or if you're advanced in writing novels. Like Stephen King, he's like a very popular author that they use as an example that like writing is very difficult for anyone. And it's good for teachers to model this in front of their students to show them that, yes, even as we come up with these like B level or A level graded papers, it's definitely like a process that we have to go through, like as we think it out and we write it out and we're editing and drafting and revising. And it's definitely like not a simple task, but it's one that can be done, and it's one that we all can get better at through repetition. And another this is like a good task of like providing choice for our students, because I know like when I was in school, writing was just done because it was a necessity to get the grade, to pass, to move on to the next level. There was never like any interest in it. It was just mainly like, yeah, we're writing this because we have to, or we're writing this because the teacher said so, or we're writing this because I don't want to fail or get in trouble with my parents. It never was like a engaging topic. It never was something that I ever wanted. Like I loved reading, but when it came to writing, it was just the chore that came after the fun part, which was reading. And so when you provide choice for your students, it definitely gives an opportunity to get them interested and get them engaged, and get them motivated to want to write. Because when you're writing about something that you are interested about, or even something that you're annoyed about, anything that you're like passionate, whether it's a like or a dislike, it definitely does help motivate like the student to want to write or want to get their ideas out there or want to share like what they have to say about a certain movie or a certain memory from their lives. And so when you provide choice like that, it's really good. It's a really good tactic to help like warm up our students to like the more like advanced skills that they're going to learn that the standards want us to teach them. And so instead of just like saying these are the standards, this is what's necessary in order for you to succeed or graduate or excel or get accepted to the college, like say like no, like this is an awesome tool that like you can use in any and all aspects of your life, whether you're trying to just write a poem for like a friend, or you want to like tell a story about like an awesome trip that you had with your family members, and you just basically using that same skill, but you're just like honing it in and refining it to become like an effective tool that will help you in your academic and career standing as well. And so definitely like providing a choice to our students is like a very big thing, a very big part for like the instruction and able to like make connections with their students and basically just give them the tools and skills that they'll need to become effective writers.